Hi, I'm Blair Gilbert here for MrHardware.com and Gilbert's Pro Hardware in St. Clair Shores, Michigan. We're here to discuss what happens when a house settles over age. We're in the basement and we're standing underneath two masonry bathrooms. That's two bathrooms with tile done back in the 60s when tile was laid on top of a concrete base. So these bathrooms are very heavy over us. And what has happened is the floor has sagged and the bathroom door is now sticking. Walls are appearing in cracks in the walls. So we're going to come downstairs and take a look at how bad this wall has sagged, or this floor has sagged. So we've taken a string and we've measured down 2¼ inches from the floor joist at both ends of this particular floor joist. We go down to the other end, so we're 2¼ inches here. Down at the other end of this same floor joist, we're 2¼ inches here. And now we're going to show you how much this floor has sagged. So if it's 2¼ at each end and we're 1.5 inches in the middle, this floor joist has sagged 3/4 inch over the past 40 years that this house has been here. So what we want to do is we're looking for an economical, permanent solution to the sag in this room. So our intention here is to build a wall underneath the center of all these floor joists, these 14-foot 2x8 floor joists, that are barely strong enough to hold the tons of tiled bathroom that's over our head. So we've installed a string, we have a reference point, and so now we're going to be able to go to plan B, we're going to take some jacks, and we're going to slowly, carefully put a little load on this floor, and we're going to pick it up. And once we get this floor up to as close to level as we can without doing any damage or killing ourselves, we're going to pick the floor up, we're going to build a little partition wall underneath it, and we're going to hold this bathroom up. Okay, here we are upstairs. We're above where we were downstairs. And here's the bathroom. Here's our masonry shower set on concrete. Here's the cracks that are appearing from the settling of those floor joists underneath. This shower stall is falling down. Floor joists are bending. The wallpaper is hiding the crack here, the opening of the joint here. As this room has come down, you can see the miter is opening, and here's how we're really going to show what's going wrong. When we close this door, you're going to see the door hitting right here. When we get done downstairs and we pick up the middle of this sag of this room, this door jamb will go back up. This door will close beautifully. Here on this side, we can see some telltales of the fact that this is sagging. You can just barely see the fine hairline crack here from this wall settling. And back this whole room, the floor joist that is bent goes from the outside wall here to the I-beam in the middle of this house. So this whole bedroom wall is a big bow. And we're going to try to pick up as much of the bow as we can and stabilize it so it can't continue to bow here on out. We've established the sag. We're downstairs. What we've done is we've thrown in a 2x4 top plate in about the center of the span where we're going to work. We've taken a couple of bottle jacks. Now the more jacks you have, the less times you have to move them to lift an area. Now you can do this with one bottle jack by not being too greedy. Take and cut a 2x4. It's going to go from the jack up to your top plate, our top 2x4. And now we can take and lift this section a little bit at a time. And if you take a look at our string, you can see that our string is just a 1/16 of an inch off our top plate. So as we're downstairs and we're picking this up, we're going to be able to see how we're doing. Now here's the key to not being greedy is that you can blow a 2x4 out if you're not careful. So you can hear the ceiling creaking just a little bit. And we're just going to pick it up just a little bit at a time, coming down this wall. And we can do this by moving the jack back and forth and cutting in a 2x4 that's just a skosh long. So after we lift up an area, we can put a 2x4 in here. This one's too long, but you're going to get the idea. We can put this 2x4 and tap it in place. We can take the jack out and we can move it to the next location. So So if we only own one bottle jack, we can take and leapfrog back and forth on this wall till we've picked up this wall a little bit. Now we've just even started. We've already picked up a 1/16 of an inch. So we're going to lift up this wall and we'll come back and I'll show you our results. Here's the far end of our room, the far end of the bathroom. We're relatively underneath the doorway upstairs that was sticking. And our first jack location, in order to get this job done, we leapfrogged and moved the jack down to the other location, our other pickup. And what we can do is we can throw this in and we can tighten it in place. Oh, already there. So this isn't moving. And to show what we've done in 15 minutes, we picked this wall up almost 1/4 of an inch. And now we are going to take and we're going to let this job sit for a week or two. We're going to let the wood and the house acclimate to all the pushing that we just did on it. And we're going to take a quick look upstairs and see if we did any good with that sticky bathroom door. So here we are upstairs to the bathroom. Right below us is where we've been playing. And in 15 minutes we've taken a door that used to stick and it now closes like a dream, and we can check the reveal and we can see that this door has the same crack on both sides, which indicates to me this door is about the same position it was in when this house was built over 40 years ago. So here we are at the end of the wall, near the stairway at the far end of the bathroom, underneath it, of course. And we've got a location here where we'd like to pick up an area of flooring in between two joists. So we happened to garbage pick this little 4x4 thing, so we can sneak the 2x4 in between our plumbing, and we can pick it up thusly. And one important thing to keep in mind here is that we're not going to put a lot of effort on these hydraulic jacks, because we can bend these 2x4s and they can bend and blow out and hurt anybody that's nearby. So we're going to avoid that situation. Now if you can listen, hear the creaking and the floor going up. And I only got 2 fingers on this jacking, so I'm not pushing up very hard at all. And then I work the jack next door. Again, just 2 fingers on the jack handle. I'm not going to push very hard. I'm going to take our time, and we may lift this up and put a load on it and let it sit for a week or two and let the wood get happy with what little bit we got out of the sag of this room. And we'll come back at a later date. We'll raise this wall another 1/8 of an inch, and then we'll be able to build a partition wall here and seal this area right up. Alright, now we're going to show what you have to look out for. When you put too much load on this jack, you're going to see this 2x4 starting to bend. And so when it bends, you get this job out of hand, this 2x4 will bend and break, and someone's going to get hurt. So you can't get greedy, or you can get better 2x4s, or you can use 4x4s. We are trying to show how this can be done on a budget. So if you want to do it on a budget, you have to take your time, and don't get overzealous with how much load you put on your material. Alright, here we are on the other side of the wall, outside the bathroom. Again, below us is where we've been jacking, and here's what has happened to my poor friend. Over the past 20 years, he has been patching this crack that keeps occurring as his house kept settling. So now, we're bringing the house back to normal. What used to be a crack, we're shoving together, and you can see all the patching compound he put in this crack is now puckering and getting blown out. So after we're all done, the wall has been stabilized downstairs. We may wait another whole month before I come jumping up here doing any more masonry patching. We'll dig this crack out, we'll throw some spackling compound in there, maybe with some joint tape to make it stronger, and this room will be fixed and it won't be settling anymore. See my mark?